Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is a little video I wanted to do, follow up on the last video about the cabin air filters. I thought I'm going to give you a demonstration. So I thought I would show you me taking it off of this 4.5 and let's see what's inside and see if there's any rust development or leaves and pine needles, because it gets parked in the driveway because it's my daily driver. And it does get garage on occasion when I'm driving the other one, but this is my more of a workhorse car, and so this will give more of a realistic idea of what can accumulate in there. Looks to be that the air filters are not buckled or deformed in any way from heat, so they've probably done a good job of keeping crap out of there, but you never know. So let's get in there. Well, first of all, let me show you the tools. Just a 13mm socket to take the windscreen wipers off, and a flat bladed screwdriver wrapped in tape just to lever the little arms up to access the nut, and then just a Phillips screwdriver. So let me get you in closer and show you. So okay, obviously you have to lever up these guys, flat bladed screwdriver wrapped in tape, and then just lever up these caps here. Okay, loose. As I say, a 13mm nut there and a little washer on the bottom of that, and then give that a little jiggle. Washer's in there, there you go. Take that off. I work to my, there's another little kind of a decorative cap here, you've seen those guys, that one. And then there, I'll get in closer. I'll do this side, I won't have to shoot that side. Alright, along with the 13mm socket, get a 19mm deep throat socket to undo the thin ring kind of nut on the bottom of the stem there. You'll see that. It's got a washer on the bottom as well. And there's I think a little gasket down here. Is there a gasket there? Yeah, that's a gasket underneath that I'll have to get a new one for. That's all dried up and crumbly, so I'll get a new one of those. Let me show you so you can see. Okay, you can see that. So this nut, that washer, and then a rubber kind of washer underneath to stop this scratching the paint. And underneath here, if you can see it, there's a little drain hole right at the bottom there. That often gets clogged up. You know, those are a little tricky, as you know, just when you're washing the car to get all that dried out. I fire an air line under there to try and clean it out. So that's that side. I'll do the other side, and then we'll lift the trunk lid up, or the hood up, and then start undoing the Phillips. So we're taking the two wiper arms off and the nuts and everything, and we'll take this seal off just to get that out of the way so we can set that there. And then we've obviously got to take this trim off here, series of Phillips screws, pretty self-explanatory really. Get those out of the way. And before I move over to the other side, there are two on the side here, and then there are some hidden ones deep inside that you can, I'm not going to attempt those until I've taken this off, and then I can grab them. So let me undo those remaining three. Take this guy off. There we go, that guy off there. Put that out of the way. So we have more screws hidden inside here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, get those out of the way. As I say, it's a very easy kind of preventative maintenance job to do, and it's kind of satisfying to know you've, you know, cleaned all the area out in there. Something that I'm sure gets neglected. Well, I must admit, I haven't done it. I was thinking about doing it for some time, but I thought it'd make a good video. So that's those three. See, we've got a lot of build up here already that the filter's stopped. See, a lot of pine needles. I'm going to vacuum all that. I tend to get caught up in this corner. I use air compressor to try and blow out as much as I can. Also, thanks to the people that told me where to get the filters from. They're not expensive, and they are available at Pelican Parts. Well, in actual fact, just the big one. I saw the big one at Pelican Parts, but I have no reason to think the other smaller one isn't available either from there or Mercedes itself. The big one was about 25 bucks, something like that, so certainly not going to break the bank. There. So then we just got to disconnect the water from the washer fitting there. A little tiny bit of twist. There you go. A little wiggling. So now I think I've got everything off. So let's see. It comes off pretty easy. So before I go any further, let's show you. Big pile of rubbish there. Look at that. Tucked in the corner. That's stuff that's kind of difficult to get out. Probably could take the chrome piece off, you know, during intermittent washing and stuff, and vacuum out there. So you can see how much that stops. So I'm going to clean that off, and then I'll come back to you before we take the filters off. See what's in there. Quick vacuum. On first glance, those filters seem to be in much better condition than the 6.3 filters, not deformed in any way. So they're very flexible, so they just come off, you know. And that just could do with a good clean, that one, I think. Could probably get away with cleaning that. Any suggestions, or I'll just get some new ones. But that's in good shape, just needs a good old scrub. So I'm sure it's heat that distorts them, because kind of very flimsily made. Held in a little frame there. Again, that's not in bad shape. And let's see what's down in the chamber there, shall we? So before I go in there, just to give you a bit of history on this car. It came from Colorado. I bought it from a guy in Colorado, and I believe it started its life in California, went to Colorado, and now it's obviously back. Not sure how many years it's spent in Colorado, but you know, you kind of get the idea of the climate there. And I'm in very dry California. It's been here since 2014. So let's have a little look what's going on there. See if I can get the camera in there. Okay, so I'll leave the camera there. I'll bring the... So you can see there's a little bit of... Oh, look. See all those pine needles piled up there? And see how close, probably a few inches from the fan blower motor, and see the drainage hole is still clear, which is good, very clear in actual fact. There's a little bit of surface rust there by the looks of it along the seam sealer. Oh, there's a bit there, let's see, some surface rust all along that seam sealer line areas, but not bad. Let me check the other side, point the camera. Sorry, it's a bit tricky here. Very good on the back side. You can see it. Man, this is tricky, this. Alright, so it's very good on that back side. It's difficult to get the camera in there because it's kind of a bit bulky, but all along the back is good. Very clean. Tiny bit of crack in there. Paint looks really good right here, look. So we'll just obviously clean those pine needles out. Yeah, we'll vacuum those pine needles out. Let me try and get an idea how deep they are. Scrape them back a bit. You see? I'll treat some of that surface rust with Permatex, kill that down, and give it a good old vacuum out, and then we're good to go. So I think that was pretty successful. And then, see, while you're in here, always keep this area clear as much as possible. And obviously, see, there's some stuff, rubbish down there underneath the wiring that I like to blow out with a higher powered air line, just to keep that thoroughly cleaned out, especially when the car's been washed or it's gone through some rain. So I'm pretty happy with that, that's not got any damage right in there, so that's a score. If you look carefully where this little hidden area here is, in this little chamber right here, once you look through with a flashlight, it does come through all the way to this chamber. So that's vital, really, that you keep this nice and clean, because this area here is kind of a little chamber that could easily get congested and moisture sitting in there, and then you'll have problems in your bulkhead and all manner of things. Let me get down and show you the drain bung as well. Alright, see that white pipe there that points down? Right, forget the hoses in the foreground. But if you look, it's got a kind of a rubber sleeve bung on it. You can just about see it at the bottom there. Right, that's good that that's got that. And that's, you've got to make sure that that's clear, obviously. I'm sure it is, but I'll double check that. That's something I have to buy for the 6.3 because it's missing. So that's where the drainage thing comes out and just straight out to the ground. One easier way of cleaning that thing, instead of getting underneath, I thought about just get an airline and blow out, put the airline straight through the hole and just give it a few blasts. I like these ones, these longer, like pencil type ones, and it gets right in there. So there you have it. So just quick reference, I've cleaned it all out. I've actually wiped it down with some rags and some wax and stuff at the top there. Get all like 50 years of grime. I'm sure that's, I don't know when that was last done. But anyway, this is the stuff I use, Permatex. I don't know whether, I think this is a good brand, rust treatment. I'm just going to get in there with a cheap chip brush and spot out all of the breakthrough rust areas, let that dry, and then what I thought I'd do, I mean, I was thinking the real dedicated could get in there and break up some of that seam sealer, clean it all up, re-seam seal it, recoat it with paint. I mean, that would be a good you know, Saturday afternoon job. That would probably take you a couple of hours to get in there, chip all that off and apply the seam sealer, treat it, reapplying the seam sealer, repaint it, you know, probably some, you could probably get off the shelf paint in there, which never gets seen anyway, mask off obviously for overspray, and then that's good for a while, isn't it? Once that's dry, put a load of wax on it, you know, just as you know, water beads up and rolls a little easier, and make sure the water gets out of there, and then just make it a, I don't know, every couple of years little maintenance thing, depending on where you park the car. So I'm going to put the Permatex on and then we'll finish up. I painted on the Permatex there, kind of a purpley because the brush is a bit dirty, but see, there's a little bit of debris there. That's a bit of seam sealer broken off right there, just near the drain. For those of you that want to really go hardcore on this, I think what would be an ideal way, because having the hood on does obstruct your access a little bit, and if you were to spend maybe a weekend job taking that seam sealer off and re-seam sealing it, which I think would be a really good idea, because you know you can't expect that stuff to last forever, and as far as a preventative measure I think that'd be the way to go. So taking the hood off the bonnet here would give you a lot better access, and mask everything off when you go to paint it, and then seal it on in, and job done, isn't it? I mean, wax it and you're good to go for another, you know, many years. Also, you can see I picked off, see the chunks of seam sealer, dries out, doesn't last forever, but any exposed metal I have painted. And maybe one day I would like to repaint this car, original colour of course, coffee and cream, and that would be something that I would take care of during that process. So anyway, so let's finish up and say goodbye. So hope you enjoyed that little short follow-up video. I thought the other day when I posted that video, I thought I'll just do it on camera and show you how easy it is, and kind of satisfying to do stuff like that, you know. The wife doesn't understand that though, she thinks I'm nuts. So thanks all for watching, guys. It's cooled down to a nice cooler 94 degrees today, so I've got a skipping back in my step, so I wanted to do something. Thanks all for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Please hit like, share, subscribe, and take care of yourself. Bye bye. Oh, and stay cool in England. They're getting roasted right now. All right, cheers, guys. Bye bye.